Joe Polizzi here with another episode of Content Inc. Content Entrepreneur Expo CEX is a week away as I record this, and I'm deep into prepping a new keynote. Everyone I know approaches presentations differently, but my personal process is I obsess over the topic for a couple months. At the last possible moment, I dump all my ideas into some messy document. I build the slides after 2, 3, 4 cups of coffee, and then I practice like mad in the 24 hours before I go on stage, especially right before I walk up to the mic. Not textbook best practice, but it works for me. Now this year, though, life's been throwing us some amazing and challenging personal events. So my wife asked me to finish my CEX presentation early. And I said, early? Me? Early? I don't finish presentations early. I hesitated, but then I really was inspired, maybe too dramatic a word, and I saw exactly what I wanted to say. So much of this comes from my new book, Burn the Playbook, but here's the big idea. I will say, some of you in the room will change your lives in the next few years. You'll quit jobs you hate, own your time, and earn more doing work you love. And some of you will just disappear. The difference won't be talent, niche, the algorithm, or even AI. It will be your mindset and what you do with it. Belief comes before proof. Ownership comes before success. If you say you will, you will. If you say you can't because of AI, TikTok, or your situation, you'll be right about that as well. After more than 2 decades of building content businesses, I've seen brilliant creators burn out and average ones build empires. The winners share a handful of mindset shifts, and they live by them. Now at CEX, I'll be sharing 6 of them, and if you commit to even one, it could change everything. Let's go through them. Mind shift 1, from drifting to goal driven. When I started my business, I wrote down one goal: sell the company for $15 million. I reviewed it weekly. Every decision got measured against it. Does this move me closer or further away? Now, I didn't always choose the right path, but I was never drifting. I had a compass. Now, your goal doesn't have to be a massive exit. Billy Joel's goal was to play music every day and pay his bills. Maybe your version is to podcast daily and live comfortably. Write your goal like you've already achieved it. Something like, I quit my job before March 31st, 2027. I published my book by July 1st, 2026. I recorded 50 podcast episodes in 2026. If you can't write it down, you can't have it. Repeat daily, morning, and night to set your subconscious to work. If you want to push yourself, try a Misogi goal. So big, there's a 50% chance you'll fail. My first Misogi goal was sticking to an 8-hour eating window every day, and now that's part of my identity. But for maximum focus, use the 60-60-1 rule. Spend the first 60 minutes of each day for 60 days on that one goal. Burn the Playbook, my new book, that was a 60-60-1 project. Yes, I wrote a book in 60 days. Mindship number 2, lean into your crazy. If you want to compete with both human and AI creators, you have to lean hard into your unique mix of skills, quirks, and passions. Write a 1-sentence mission, not a tagline. Something like, I help freelance designers build 6-figure businesses without burning out. That's your North Star. Now for me, it was mashing up B2B publishing with marketing to create content marketing, then testing audiences until I found my sweet spot, enterprise marketers. Define your tilt. I help who with what so they can benefit. What is that? Mindship number 3, from tilt to mastery of repetition. Now, once you have your tilt, repeat it so often people can't forget. Most creators quit repeating themselves long before the audience has ever heard them clearly. People need to hear something 7 to 20 times before acting. Think about bamboo. Years of unseen root growth, then 90 feet of growth in weeks. That's branding. That's the truth behind a content business. The scary thing that I have to admit here is I've essentially written the same book for 20 years, just reimagined every time. Repetition isn't redundancy. Repetition is branding. Number 4, create before you consume. If you start your day scrolling, you're building someone else's business. The average American spends 4 hours a day on social media. From age 18 to 80, that's 90,000 plus hours. Over 10 straight years of life, or 43 full-time work years. Come on, give me a break. Protect your first hour of creation. Then do a 1-week time audit to find and plug other energy leaks. Now that reclaimed time, it's where your best work will come from. Number 5, get better friends. Your crew determines your ceiling. You become the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. If they don't take your work seriously, neither will you. You need to build your circle intentionally. Truth teller keeps you honest. A superfan reminds you your work matters. The expert, further along than you are, you want to have that person close to you. A peer in the arena with you. And the connector opens doors. Truth teller, superfan, expert, peer, connector. Those are the 5 types of people you want close to you. And then number 6, sell every day. Say it with me. Say it to yourself. I am a great salesperson. I am a great salesperson. Selling isn't pushy, it's a service. If you believe in your work, you have a responsibility to get it into people's hands. At Content Marketing Institute, we sold something every single day. A book, a workshop, a ticket discount. It trained our audience to see value and ultimately say yes. If you want to get better at selling, speak everywhere, often. Speaking sharpens persuasion, builds confidence, and connects you with your audience's needs. Here's the bottom line. You don't need all 6 shifts today. Pick one, live it, make it your decision filter for the year. Most creators fail not from a lack of skill, but because they drift, they blend in, they wait to create. They let the wrong people influence them, or they avoid selling. But that's not going to be you. Mindset is your multiplier. Your goal is your compass. Your tilt is your moat. The right habits turn the grind into freedom. This week and every week, think like the ones who win. I'm Joe Polizzi with the Content Inc. podcast. Please subscribe if you found value in this episode, and I'll talk to you next week.